You're not dreaming. You're here in the vast and technologically advanced OSI 74 studios, where my co-host Miss Mittens and I, your host Mr. Lobo, are getting ready to host a brand new season of Cinema Insomnia. But this time, we want to get you Insomniacs involved. Please come join us at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cinema Insomnia, where you'll find Mr. Lobo is making your new TV shows, and we're involving you in the process. Even at the dollar level, you will have access to exclusives that other Insomniacs aren't. You'll have access to Mr. Lobo that few Insomniacs get to enjoy. There'll be other perks at other tiers too. You'll be able to get props from the show, potentially. You'll be able to get your name in the credits, perhaps. Maybe you could bend steel bars with your bare hands, levitate cars, fly. I mean, think of it. Anything is possible if you come, be a part, and join our inner, sweet, double-stuffed, deep, salty, caramel, double-dipped, gooey center supercore. And Mr. Lobo's getting hungry all of a sudden, but look, you hit the subscribe bar, Mr. Lobo's going to hit the snack bar, and we'll see you later for a brand new season of Cinema Insomnia.
Under my power, look into the hypnotic eye. Time now to enter Mr. Lobo's domain. Look out! Open your mind to the possibility that they're not bad movies, just misunderstood. You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia.
Tonight's feature is in Drive-In-O-Vision, because nothing enhances the effect of an obscure movie better than an obscured view. And to enhance the effect, get out some of your old slot wheels or matchbug cars and line them up in front of your television. Yep, that's the experience. I'm your movie host, Mr. Lobo. Wolfsploitation was big drive-in fare. Though I have to admit, some of the stereotypes were accurate. I can say this because Mr. Lobo used to struggle with lycanthropy. My college roommate and I used to tear it up back in the day. I remember waking up in a kennel, wearing nothing but pajama bottoms and a Hearts 2-in-1 flea collar. It was a dark time in my life. It got so bad that the dean of the school confiscated my mortal soul. But now Mr. Lobo is a recovering werewolf. We go to meetings, and I always carry around my 20-year chip. We laugh now about those hairy, party-hardy, bite-and-run days of the 1980s. In tonight's feature, Two close college pals go abroad on a hiking tour of Britain and are attacked by a half-man, half-beast that none of the locals will admit exists in the 1981 half-horror, half-comedy American Werewolf in London. Dean Slithers? You? Again?
You still don't know who I am, do you?
Look, Mr. Lobo dropped out years ago. You're nobody to me.
You were expelled.
Dropped out, expelled. Same thing, okay? I don't need school to discourage my creative or independent thinking. Mr. Lobo has the internet for that.
Look, I'm here to give you a chance to win your soul back. Mr. Lobo, I have brought with me a movie that is so misunderstood that even you will not be able to defend it.
Really? I can get my soul back? All right, what do I have to do?
Simple. Just watch the film and explain to me what it's about. And if I'm satisfied, you will get your soul back. It is called American Werewolf in the Philippines.
What? Okay, sorry, there's no such movie.
Watch, Mr. Lobo, as Cinema Insomnia presents American Werewolf in the Philippines.
Hey, I'm supposed to introduce the movie.
Ayun! Run, Langdon. Run if you can. For pity. Langdon the traitor. Langdon the murderer, rapist, thief. The recognized evil man.
Please. I'm too weak to fight or run. I'll do anything you ask. Just don't kill me.
What have you got to offer?
No. Please. No.
Would you serve me, Langdon, without question, loyally for the rest of your life?
No. I swear.
No need for that. I always take a man at his word. You really are sick, you know. That fruit you just ate is extremely toxic. As a matter of fact, you should be dead. And it's a wonder you're not. Starving is such a wretched business, isn't it? Wretched, painful, dirty. Dirty. When was the last time you had some fresh meat to eat? Your friend isn't coming, Langdon. She died of bullet wounds a while ago. In a way, though, she did come through for you. In a way. Come now, it's good meat. Probably better than anything you ever tasted. Eat, my boy. Eat.
Whoa, 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 my slickery friend. That is not American Werewolf in the Philippines? Really? That, my friend, is the Beast of the Yellow Night. We showed it many times, haven't we, Insomniacs? Many, many times. The drive-in, Thrillville, showed it at swap meets. I even showed it back in the 70s on my old show, Cinema Showplays.
Then it should be easy for you to tell me the plot.
Easy. Yes, it should be easy for Mr. Lobo to tell you the plot, because we showed it many times. Many times. Yes, be very easy for me to tell you the plot. Give me a minute. Cinema Insomnia will be back after these satanic messages.
Don't lose your cool. Put your throat on nice.
Ice for a sore throat?
Nice. Showers minor sore throat pain and cough with medicine for temporary relief. Absorbs heat and cools your throat.
Feels slickery.
Put your throat on nice.
Look at all the pluses now in the Hearts 2-in-1 Plus collar. It kills fleas, ticks, even ticks that carry Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Plus, it's the longest-lasting collar ever from Hearts, so it keeps working on your dog or cat. And that means it helps protect your home and family. The Hearts 2-in-1 Plus collar's even effective if it gets wet. All those pluses add up to long-lasting protection you can trust.
Put the plus on your at the Hearts 2-in-1 Plus.
Okay, the guy from the Land of the Lost is stuck in the 40s, and he's talking to a snake who's in charge of all the jeeps, who then turns into a fat guy with a headband. Then he eats a gift basket full of barbecue from his girlfriend to make up for all the bad dates.
That barbecue was his girlfriend.
Gross. Well, you better not pull something like that on me. Can't fool Mr. Lobo anyway. I had a big salad for lunch.
Look in the coffin, Mr. Lobo.
It's just a cardboard box full of dirt and broken terracotta pot.
You can't even follow your own show. How are you going to follow this movie and earn your soul back?
Well, we're gonna watch the whole thing this time, Dean Slithers, and take notes. Tonight's feature is dark, both in tone and exposure settings. It's deliberately paced, has sloppy monster makeup, and is full of thick accents and even thicker storytelling that even a thick blonde in a thin negligee can't make more engaging, and truly dares you to stay awake. I must ask you all now to take the Insomniac oath. Please assume the position and repeat after Mr. Lobo. I, as an initiated member of the Sleepless Nights of Insomnia, do solemnly swear to watch the movie, the whole movie, and nothing but the movie. So help me, Mr. Lobo. You may stand down. Hurts more every time. And now, let us return to tonight's feature, The Beast of the Yellow Night. Maybe it's an allegory for bedwetting.
O Lord, thou art God, your days are without end, your mercies too many to count. Cause us never to forget that our life is short and uncertain. Let your Holy Spirit lead us through this world in holiness and justice, all the days of our lives. And after we have served you on earth in the comfort of our faith and in perfect charity to all men, may we joyfully come to your kingdom through Jesus Christ our Lord. Are you quite comfortable, Langdon?
Leave me alone.
I know just how you feel, my boy. Believe me, even I don't enjoy everything I have to do. But we have our rules, the same as everyone else.
Can't I have a moment's peace?
Hardly. It's one thing to be melancholy, dear boy, but quite another to be inane.
I think you'll find this new situation quite interesting. In fact, I think I will too.
Mr. Earl is here, Mrs.
Yes, I'm ready.
Dr. Porfirio Santos wanted in Surgery B immediately. Dr. Porfirio Santos, please. Telephone call for Dr. Goris at main lobby desk. Dr. Goris, telephone call.
Believe me, Mrs. Rogers, I'm as surprised and shocked as you are. There was not the slightest basis for suspecting that there was anything wrong. That is why I would like your permission to have an autopsy performed on your husband.
I would like to see my husband.
Of course. We haven't moved him from his room.
I want to see his face.
What happened to his face?
Mangled beyond recognition in an industrial accident. He's had a number of operations. I've been helping here and there. Now, Landon.
Just what the hell are you trying to pull, Doctor?
Ask Dr. Ferrier to come here immediately.
Phil? Get these bandages off his face.
But he can't be alive.
You do it, right now.
Philip?
Don't touch him. Get help. Quick. Doctor. Doctor.
Miss Mittens. What do you mean you're mysteriously alive? Mr. Lobo didn't even know you were dead. You made a deal with the devil to come back to life? Who knew you had a soul to sell? What do you mean, like that guy in the movie that can turn into a snake? That guy's not the devil. He just looks like the heavy from an old episode of Hawaii Five-0. The devil can look like whoever he wants to. Okay, the devil wouldn't look like Dr. Dadbod. Wait a second. You know, this whole thing is giving Mr. Lobo deja vu. Because I've been talking to a snake this whole episode. So does that mean Dean Slithers is Filipino? I always pegged him for a reptile. Cinema Insomnia will be right back.
When you long for something good, it stays in your mind. When you want it so much, you crave deep inside. And when you get it, it's jolly be good. When you get it, it's jolly be good. All the good things you hunger for, it's jolly be good.
Help me, doctor, please! I know they're going to catch me, but don't let anyone see me like that. Please, doctor, help me!
Panic penetrates every home when this strange, unknown killer hits town, taking hold of the teenage crowd, coloring their practical jokes with hysterical humor that'll make you fall flat on your face with horror.
No. Remember how wonderful it was when you sprang and suddenly dug in with your fangs, a soft throat, the gush of warm blood?
No! No!
Nothing you've ever seen has such blood-chilling savagery. Nothing you've ever conceived packs such a spine-tingling jolt. This high school boy, a teenage werewolf, a constant threat of claw-ripping attack to everyone, to the brave and the beautiful.
Okay, Mr. Devil. That's right. Mr. Lobo knows your game.
Have you figured out the movie yet? I can't wait all night. I may have to up the stakes. If you fail, not only will I keep your souls, but you will be on double secret damnation for the rest of your lives.
Double secret damnation? Oh, okay. It's 1946 in Southeast Asia. Well, actually, it's a month earlier. And then there's this dead guy who's now not dead. And all right. How do I even know that you still have my soul? I mean, you could have sold it to one of Mr. Lobo's fans on eBay years ago.
Nurse Wretched, bring it on. You remember our school nurse.
Here it is, Mr. Slithers.
How long you been towing that around? It's even smaller and more shriveled than I remember. All right, Insomniacs. Evil is truly afoot. While I step up to my arch enemy, let's tread back into Reel 3 with tonight's late night feature, American Werewolf in the Philippines, the Beast of the Yellow Night. Ugh, the agony of defeat. All right, that's the last one, I promise.
It's not too cold for you.
No.
You've had a pretty rough time of it, haven't you?
I never expected you to say anything like that.
I've been away a long time. You should expect to be surprised. I do.
I don't know you anymore.
Are you sorry?
No. I've never been afraid of you before.
You are getting chilly.
You might have given me some idea of what you were going to do.
You were always a little squeamish, Earl. It would have showed.
I see. It's a one-man operation now.
Is that new to you?
Well, not like this, Phil. These people were your partners. Sure, you've always had control, but they trusted you.
They put their trust in figures and ironclad notes. And they came out of it a lot richer. And a lot greedier, too. What do you think I ought to do about Julia?
I don't know what you mean. There aren't many women who could have stood by you all this time.
You're right. You see, that's the point. Things aren't going to get any better. And there's not a thing that she or I can do about it.
So what are you going to do? Just throw her out like your board of directors?
Would you like that?
All right, Phil. Come out with it. If you're implying that there's ever been anything between Julia and me...
Earl, I'm just trying to make things easy for you.
Easy?
Easy. Julia knows what a disaster our marriage has been, but she's not the kind to let go or walk away. Principles. She's not going to just wake up one morning and realize that it's you she's wanted all along. So why don't you and I kind of help her along, Earl?
Why, here's Tom Milton. Remember him? You inhabited him in 54. 55, I think. You know, I can't for the life of me remember what I did with him. I'll have to look it up. Actually, Langdon, since I happen to be in the neighborhood, I thought I'd look you up and have a little therapy session with you. You know, bringing you back with your own face was an irresistible temptation. But it may turn out to be an awful mistake.
What have I done?
Nothing yet. But having a face of your own is encouraging you to think about personal identity. And you know we can't have that.
I take no pleasure in it.
Naturally not. But your mind wanders. Why do you think I keep bringing you back, Langdon? Apart from the pleasure you get out of it.
To awaken the latent evil in the people that I come in contact with.
Good. I knew you'd be sharp enough to grasp that. It isn't as easy as it might seem to find qualified agents. Human nature is so ambiguous that the propagation of evil is left entirely to chance. There's been a great deal said about the scarcity of truly good men. Why, truly evil men are just as hard to find. Do you realize, Langdon, that if you really put your mind to it, you could be a saint? For our side, of course.
Nothing seems worth doing.
You want to die. Is that it?
Yes.
What fantasies people pick up. This is all there is, you know. You have to stop thinking of yourself as a man groping towards some sort of fulfillment within a measured span of time, because surely you can see that you stopped being mortal some 20-odd years ago.
I am a man. Damned, maybe, but still a man who knows shame and sorrow and revulsion and regret.
No idea how distasteful I find this. I wish there was some subtler and equally effective way of making a point with you. Do try to remember, Langdon. I find you quite useful, but I don't want you to be anybody. Not anybody at all.
Circled and underlined. Oh, speaking of awakening latent evil, we're being subjected to this sleazy creature feature by the devil himself. That explains the naughty bits. This is more like the beast with two backs. Julia's looking pretty groovy for 1946, or a month earlier than 1946. I mean, Philip's sideburns are pretty woolly too, even for a werewolf or wild man or whatever he's supposed to be. We're going to try and figure out the timeline of this movie during the break. Sideburns. Sideburns. Talking apes? Okay, step on the butterfly. Stopwatch breaks. Ted failed the test. Is that because Biff had the sports almanac?
There's something special happening at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fresh buttermilk biscuits made from scratch. Our chicken and biscuits are perfect match. Light and fluffy, they're made from scratch.
We start with real buttermilk, and we make them fresh all through the day. Fresh, like our chicken, because that's the Colonel's way.
Fresh buttermilk biscuits made from scratch. Our chicken and biscuits are perfect match. One more way, we do chicken right.
What's Happening will not be seen next week. Instead, a special premiere with the animals from Delta House. Flounder, D-Day, Hoover, and the newest animal, Bluto's brother, Blotto, in a special preview of Delta House. 1 week from tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central.
Mr. Lobo is damned, but still a man. Through years of meditation and proper diet, I've been able to control my urge to become a monster. Miss Mittens made a deal with the devil to come back to life, so she's damned now too. Does that mean you're going to become a Were-Mittens or a Mittens Wolf or Wolfenmittens? Apparently, lycanthropy is the herpes of Satanism. When the full moon comes on, you might grow a long-sleeve shirt and a face covered in clay, just like the monster in tonight's movie, The Beast of Yellow Night. Werewolves never wear like a halter top or a polo. Is he even a werewolf in this movie? I mean, the Beast of Yellow Night, is that just another reference to Moonlight? Or just more passive racism? If there's a chance for Moonlight or passive racism tonight, Miss Mittens, you may turn. just try to relax. Just get drunk and try not to change. Just like always. Mr. Lobo needs to think. I need to figure out this movie so that we can get our souls back. Let's return now to reel 4 of the film that does for werewolf movies what Wang Wang did for spy films. The Beast of the Yellow Night, aka American Werewolf in the Philippines.
Earl stopped in this afternoon.
I figured he would.
He told me. He said you had to talk about me.
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I think you know what I told him, Julia.
Just what do you take me for?
What was his attitude?
I don't know what you mean.
Did he seem interested in the idea?
What was the point of telling him all those lies? What are you trying to do to me?
About 4 months ago, you let an airline pilot pick you up at the Savoy bar. Now that bothered you a lot, didn't it?
You hadn't spoken to me in months. You didn't care whether you lived or died. You didn't care what happened to me. How was I supposed to feel?
Just the way you did feel, Julia. The trouble is, you've never been able to forgive yourself for it.
How long have you known?
What difference does it make?
Philip, suddenly I don't understand you at all.
Earl is as close to being what he seems to be as anyone you've ever known. With him, you'd never have to wonder where you stood. And that's what you've always wanted, isn't it?
And it's not supposed to matter whether I love him or not.
What do you want, Julia? Love you've had. Why don't you settle for something you can live with?
Who are you?
As far as you're concerned, I am and can only be whoever or whatever you think I am.
What's the matter? Are you ill?
jeepers! Miss Mittens may have had one too many. Or perhaps this movie is so confusing that it threw her into some kind of episode. All right, Miss Mittens, get up. Come on, Drinky McDrinkerson. You're embarrassing me in front of our company. Okay, now I can see hair. Haven't you ever heard the phrase, men like their ladies smooth like babies? Oh, and now I'm seeing more hair. And more. Okay, hold tight, Miss Mittens. Mr. Lobo's gonna find your little pink lady chic shaver. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
When the rising moon fans the flames of desire, the beast emerges, and no one is safe.
Save me!
Can you keep a secret? Werewolf. From Aphex Entertainment. Rated R.
Alligator skin. Not very attractive to anybody, except possibly another alligator. Yet if a girl is shaving with a blade razor, her legs may get that alligator skin look. See how this blade razor actually shaves off outer skin cells, leaves the exposed underskin dry and patchy, leaves nicks and cuts, too. Now let me show you the new feminine way to shave with the Lady Chic electric shaver. It has a special shaving edge for underarms, a separate edge for legs. A Lady Chic shaves so gently. No patchy alligator skin, no nicks, no cuts. So smooth. Lady Chics come in many lovely designs, and most stores offer a 14-day free home trial. Get one and leave alligator skin to the alligators.
I'm coming, Miss Mittens. I'm coming. Here it is. Miss Mittens. Miss Mittens, this is the only razor I could find. Miss Mittens? Miss Mittens? Oh no. Did I offend her? Do you think she's changed into a monster? Miss Mittens. Miss Mittens, if you're out there, as far as I'm concerned, you can only be whoever or whatever I think you are. I don't care if you're scampering wild around town, rooting through other people's garbage cans and chewing up old shoes. Just like I never cared about all the binge drinking and your addiction to illegal plant supplements. That time you picked up a truckload of immigrants at the Home Depot to ply your garden. And all those murders. I don't care. Just come on home. Come home. All is forgiven. We just need to give her some time. So why don't we cut back into tonight's hair-raising feature that did for werewolf films what Wang Wang did for werewolf films. The Beast of whatever.
There must have been some kind of weapon used. Nobody could have done that with his bare hands.
I don't know, Lieutenant. Even a weapon has to be handled. What kind of a weapon would you need to rip out a man's heart with a single blow?
You're not sure it was a single blow.
I wouldn't swear to it, no. Not on something as mutilated as that. But I would guess he was hit no more than 3 times. Once on the head and twice across the body. With the force of a jackhammer. And that's not all. We picked up bits of tissue from his heart, lungs, digestive tract that looked as if they came out of a meat grinder.
He's having a hard time fitting into things. Do you really think sending him away again will help him?
I'm only suggesting that he needs psychiatric help.
That amounts to the same thing. Don't you see? He needs us. He needs me. Not some stranger poking around in his mind the way they did with his body. He's all alone. And he doesn't want to beg for anything. That's why I said all those things to you yesterday.
I wish that were true.
It is true.
Maybe he is lonely in a way, but I can't reach him. And I don't think you can. He's grown hard, mean even. He can hurt you, Julia.
And we can't risk that, can we?
He's my brother.
That's hard to believe, too.
Julia, I'd make very sure of my own feelings if I were you.
What?
Why has he become so important to you? Only a week ago, you weren't sure you wanted to stay. What's he done to you? Or is it something that you've done to yourself?
So now we're both dangerous.
Nobody's harmless, even to himself. Are you sure you're helping him this way?
No. Are you sure you're helping me? Did I rake you?
I guess you did. I didn't hear you come in.
Beware the Coloradans bearing gifts.
What's the occasion?
An attack of guilt, probably. I spent the entire day indulging myself. Drove around, shopped, ate a fantastically expensive lunch, went to a movie. Open it. The cook says you haven't had anything to eat all day. You must be starved.
Not really.
Dinner should be about ready. I'll go see.
Julia, thank you.
Love me. Philip, what are you doing? I don't... Philip, please. Philip? Philip. Philip, let me in.
Go away, Julia. Go away for your own good.
Philip, please let me in. Philip! Philip, please let me in!
One banana, two banana, three banana, four. Sorry, everybody, we just don't have any more. Once again, we're going to try to resurrect our snack bar segment by making up a convoluted mess of fun based on tonight's feature. It's called The Feast of Jello Night. Now, all you need are bananas like these. We like the green boys. These are getting a little freckled, though. They've been out in the Filipino sun too long. And also some banana pudding. This is Jello pudding, not to be confused with Jello with a J. Hashtag not sponsored. Did you know that the Philippines is the largest exporter of bananas after Ecuador? With some 90 trillion, with a T, tons of bananas yearly. A lot of people don't know that because it's not true. We also have Filipina cream cheese. Now, the city of Philadelphia was founded by the Filipinos in 1682. That's another fact that a lot of people don't know because it's not true. We softened the cream cheese also. That helps. Whipped cream, or Ghoul Whip, as Dr. Paul Bearer of Florida's Creature Feature might say, which was invented in Southeast Asia during one of our police actions to smother villages. And of course, yellow food dye, number 5, that'll give you asthma and cancer and scoliosis and hoof and mouth disease and anal fissures, loss of memory, bloody stools, and in some extreme cases, lycanthropy. This is probably in everything Mr. Lobo eats. You can get this in a box with 3 other colors, exciting colors, blue, red, and green, each with their own set of symptoms. Collect them all. And of course, last but certainly not least, a big box of that famous crunchy Filipino snack, Manila wafers. They're new, or they're bago. I thought this was a box of. All right, Babel Fish will straighten this out. Now, the first thing you do is to mix the creamy Ghoul Whip with the cream cheese. Ah, somebody's gotten in here. Miss Mittens. You know, she's always rooting through the refrigerator. Ugh. Anyway, you mix the creamy cream cheese into the Ghoul Whip. This has been pre-softened, and you just, quite simply, use like a rubber spatula to just drop it in there. Okay. You just mix it. Oh, already making a damn mess. Get it all back up in there. Don't want to waste it. Oh, here it is. Ah, perfect. Yep. Mix it all together. Now this is the cream cheese and the Ghoul Whip. Softened cream cheese, quite simply. Mix it all up together with the Ghoul Whip. When you feel like it's all pretty much mixed together, which I think it's getting there, add a little bit of our old buddy, our old pal, yellow dye number 5. Not too much. Stuff's really bad for you. Okay, and it should turn a nice bright yellow color. Just quite simply mix it all together till it looks like, I don't know, mustard. Like really cheap mustard. Dollar store mustard. There we go. When it's all mixed up, nice and yellow. There, like that. Put the lid back on. And set it aside. Ask an adult to slice your banana into coins. Now, never slice a banana long ways unless you want to make a banana split. Now, how Mr. Lobo likes to do it, now I don't like to use sharp objects. This is a chinsei knife. This is actually one of the new ones. This is a clear chinsei knife, crystal chinsei, made by the makers of Pepsi. So we'll just put it on here and quite simply just saw right through the skin. Now what Mr. Lobo likes to do is just to cut it into coins, but leave the skin on, and then peel the pieces of skin off after the banana's all cut. Quite simply, in no time at all, we'll get through this first banana. Okay. Get it out of its little house. It's like a snake shedding its skin. There it is. There. You really don't want to get banana skin in your dessert, so be really careful when you're pulling it out. Get all your bananas, and you would probably want to repeat the process with the rest of your bananas. Layer all the ingredients in a glass bowl or tray. Start off with your manila wafers. Nice even strata of manila wafers. Okay, then you add some of your bananas. This is a banana strata. Quite simply, there you go. Then you add some of your nanner pudding. Okay, smooth it out. It's a layer of banana pudding now. Here it is. Then you add your Ghoul Whip mixture. This of course has the cream cheese, creamy cream cheese, and the Ghoul Whip. Looks disgusting actually. Strata of that. Have to do it in little plops because it doesn't want to spread. Oh man, this is of the devil. This is a nightmare. Alright, there we go. Then you repeat, adding then another layer of vanilla wafers. That might be too many for a layer. Okay, then your bananas. Quite simply, layer of bananas like that. Okay, then your Ghoul Whip. Oh, forgot the banana pudding. So we're going out of order now. Then your banana pudding. Okay. Just make it nice and even across the top like that. Then you can do one more layer. I'll maybe do one more layer of cookies, huh? Why not? Okay. Spread them out real good like that. And then some bananas. Actually, yeah, why not? Do the bananas next. Okay. Doesn't that look lovely? Perfect. Picture perfect. Top it up with a dollop of your whipped cream cheese mixture. Doesn't that look lovely? Now allow to chill, and you've got a wild snack that you might foam at the mouth over. Might want to top it off with some steamed rice and hot dogs. I understand that's the way they serve it over at Jollibee. Regardless, why don't you make a feast of the Jell-O night right now during tonight's intermission.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
With mustard and relish, you'll guarantee mouth-watering satisfaction. And now he slips his costume on a beautiful golden bun. There's his cue to go out on stage.
He's the natural.
He's the rage. Meet this personality at our refreshment counter. Treat the family.
Werewolves on Wheels, the most eerie, the most chilling, the most terrifying motorcycle horror film ever made. Their survival was the torch, as one by one they became terrifying, bloodthirsty werewolves on wheels. Don't miss the first horror motorcycle film ever made, Werewolves on Wheels. Rated R from the Fanfare Corporation.
It's refreshment time, folks. Time out for a delicious snack in our sparkling refreshment building. Every item of fresh, appetizing taste. It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies. Everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center.
Cinema Insomnia now returns you to our feature presentation.
You're not dreaming. You're watching Cinema Insomnia. I'm your host, Mr. Lobo. We hope you enjoyed tonight's intermission. The devil went down to the Philippines. He was looking for a soul to steal. And Miss Mittens has turned into a beast after selling her soul to a snake. Just like the star of tonight's movie, The Beast of the Yellow Night. Now, in trying to explain this movie, at one point he throws himself under a train and then his life starts over like Groundhog Day? That happened, right? I know they added a severed arm to get a PG rating because in the 1970s, frontal nudity, straight sex, and intestine eating just wasn't enough. The devil has promised to return both of our souls if we can make sense of this mess. And frankly, it doesn't look good. Mr. Lobo is going to see what John Stanley's Creature Features movie guide has to say about tonight's feature.
Oh! Not so fast. You're not allowed to look in John Stanley's Creature Featured movie guide. If you do, the deal is off. You must use your own horror host skills to summarize the plot.
Summarize? Okay, summer, sun, yellow night, right? Does that mean daytime?
I don't need to explain the title. It's probably just passive racism. I want to know what it's about.
You mean you don't know?
No.
So, Mr. Lobo just has to explain this movie to your satisfaction, and we get our souls back, and Miss Mittens will go back to normal?
Yep.
Okay. We can do this. All right, Insomniacs. Let's watch this movie and understand it, right? Right, just like the saying, they're not bad Filipino monster movies, just misunderstood. We made it through Wang Wang the Impossible Kid of Kung Fu. This is like exactly the same movie. I mean, the sets look the same. It just has a primordial monster instead of a spy with primordial dwarfism. Let's return to the second half, the human half. Tonight's feature, The Impossible Beast of the Yellow Night, aka American Wang Wang in the Philippines.
Mama, sandali lang. Mukhang nagmamadali tayo, ha? May hinintay ka ba? Tingnan yung babae! Oh, nato ba? Halika, tingnan! May suga! Ayun! Ayun yung mama! Tumatakbo! Halika! Ako niya!
Mateo? Is that you? Who are you? What do you want here? If it's Mateo you're looking for, he won't be here till morning. And if you've come to steal, you're wasting your time. I know you're there. Are they looking for you? It's not a bad place to hide. Unless they saw you come in.
Phil?
What does it mean, Earl? Where is he?
Operator, I'd like to call police headquarters, please.
I'm assuming that this is still somewhere in this area. I've stripped 8 precincts of every man they can spare. We've sealed off all possible exits from the district. We've started a house-to-house search.
What about the army?
They're on alert, but they won't come in until we ask for them. I'm not going to have a panic if we can help it. As you all know, no specific description of the fugitive has been issued, except for that he's male of medium build with a heavily scarred and mutilated face. Frankly, that's all I'm prepared to believe at this point.
I thought you might want to look at these, sir. Pictures of a window in the house of Philip Rogers, a well-known American businessman. The man had an argument with his wife and locked himself in. Apparently, this is how he got out sometime during the night. Notice that there are no tool marks or abrasions of any kind on the iron bars, which means that Rogers, or whoever bent those bars, did it with his bare hands.
Hello there. Mr. Lobo is looking over this Manila folder from the Manila Police Department. Our half-beast, half-man, half-demon, half-whatever apparently can also bend steel bars with his bare hands. Bear? I thought he was part wolf. This mutt's a regular Heinz 57. Just like Mr. Lobo. Oh, there you are, Miss Mittens. Don't go anywhere. Come on, Miss Mittens. Mr. Lobo's got your favorite squeaky toy, Cat Frisky a Boo Boo. That's right. Come and get him. Come into the light. Come into the light. Let's have a look at you. Let's see what you are now. You look like our new Real 7 girl. This is gonna be so good for ratings. Come on, Miss Mittens. Come and get it. Come and get your frisky boo boo. Come on.
You may think that thing looks human, but the thing we keep in there is an animal.
Either save him or let him die. Whatever this thing is, you need it. So, you just tell me what to do.
The Shape of Water. Rated R. In select theaters December 1st.
Okay, guys, rise and shine. Hey, we're on! Left, I wonder what he's dreaming.
This Halloween, be on the lookout for orange and yellow. Kellogg's Halloween Rice Krispies cereal. Just don't forget to take off your mask because you can enjoy them only until Halloween.
Huh? Whoa! You're late.
Breakfast isn't breakfast without part of this complete breakfast.
Greetings, and speaking of animal magnetism and heavy petting, it's now time for our lucky Reel 7 girl. The girl chosen by our staff here at Cinema Insomnia to break down that unfair stigma against bestiality, just like they did in that romantic monster movie, Shape of Water. They say man's best friend is his dog. Well, we have a beauty and a beast here to introduce the next reel of tonight's film and hopefully boost ratings with confused males and closeted furries, or worries, as we call them, aged 18 to 24 in the third quarter of our program. Tell us about yourself, lucky Reel 7 girl. Oh, oh! Mother!
I'm making some soup. I can't offer you anything else. Mateo hasn't come in yet.
I don't know him.
I thought not.
Why did you help me?
The odor of blood was very strong on you when you came in last night. I can still smell it. I know it well.
And that's why you helped me?
I did not help. I just left you alone. I would do as much for a stray dog.
You don't belong here.
No. My nephew Mateo is the caretaker here. I'm just visiting him. Speaking of belonging, the police are liable to be here soon. And they may wonder what someone like you, a foreigner, is doing in a place like this.
Yes, I guess they would.
I see.
What?
That it makes little difference to you, whether you are lost or saved. All you want is to make an end.
No one is ever saved.
You are an optimist. If things were as simple as that, there would be no need for life to run so long.
Who are you?
Who I am now is of no great interest to anyone. My name is Sabas Asnar.
The bandit?
You have a long memory. Yes, Sabas Asnar, the bandit.
They didn't hang you then?
No. They kept me in prison for 30 years, hoping that I would die quietly. But after a while, it was no longer important. Only I remembered. And I remember as though it all happened yesterday.
What about the others? The ones who followed you?
Many of them are dead. The others believe I died long ago. It is better that they do. I do not have much time left.
Time for what?
To do what remains to be done.
You two-faced old bastard. You haven't given up, have you? You're still rooting around for that blood-soaked soul of yours. You old fool, it's gone. And you'll never find it again if you live to be 1,000.
You're quite wrong. That is the one thing we never lose. Not even if we long to be rid of it. And he who gave it to you remains forever part of it. That is why you are in such agony.
Philip Rogers, a well-known businessman of this city in connection with the killing. Rogers is 35 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall, of medium build.
I have nothing more to say. I'm interested in locating my husband, not in having him hunted down like a criminal.
No one has even implied that he is one, Mrs. Rogers. But surely you can understand that we are obliged to take certain measures in the interest of public safety.
We do want to find your husband, Mrs. Rogers. And perhaps it's in his best interest that we do.
I'm not a complete fool, Inspector. Philip, where?
Langdon. Joseph Langdon.
Jeepers. That was something different. Is this what they mean by getting laid? Mr. Lobo hopes that exquisite creature comes back for another slice of Mr. Lobo. Usually I don't go for the kinky stuff, but we've got some new feelings to think about. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
Hey, Ernie the Roadrunner. I can see you still like to eat. Oh, yeah, that's Hardy's Big Country Breakfast, and I got a flash. It's a whole lot of eating for a little bit of cash. 2 scrambled eggs, double helpings of ham or sausage, hash browns, and a made-from-scratch homemade biscuit. And check out the price. That's nice. Some nice price for some good grub. Ain't seen a combo like this since your Wolfman was a cub.
Hardy's, best eating in town, up and down, all around.
I think he's sexy. Reminds me of my father.
Is your father ugly?
I had an extraordinary experience yesterday with him.
What? Are you insane? I mean, what is the attraction? I don't turn you on anymore because you've got the hots for a gorilla! He's clearly more attractive than I am, isn't he? an image of that.
It's a family zoo, not the Playboy Mansion, you pervert.
And now it's time for another Insomniac mail sack. David from Manila writes in, Dear Mr. Lobo, I understand that you're showing The Beast of the Yellow Night. Wow, my fans are so bright and knowledgeable, they could really save my skin. Finally, somebody who knows something about this. Starring the shapely, luscious blonde, and delightful Mary Wilcox as Julia. I'm a huge fan of her, and I have seen all of her movies 1,000 times. She was so great in Love Me Deadly and The Big Bus, and on TV shows like Mannix, Love American Style, and I have all the Maniac Mansion episodes on DVD. You may know her as the most memorable and best actress on SCTV. Now hold up. Hold up. This woman, this limp blonde coat rack that is supposed to be sex appeal in tonight's movie, I mean, somewhere there's a zebra with a bimbo-shaped hole in it. The most memorable and best actress from SCTV? Mr. Lobo can't even think of anyone other than Catherine O'Hara and Andrea Martin. Are you kidding? You have no taste in females. You call that saucy? I mean, she's not even fuzzy. A fuzzy-faced werewolf part mittens girl. Oh, sorry. I don't know where that came from. It's hard to believe she is now an Anglican priest. Mr. Lobo is so going to hell. Again, we now return to The Beast of the Yellow Night, starring the handsome and intelligent Father Mary Wilcox.
This is all so pointless, Landon.
Let me die then.
I can't. And won't. Look at it this way. I have commitments that go back to the beginning of time.
To hell with that. My life is all I'll ever know of time. Do what you like with me. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
What incredible arrogance. Just who do you think you are? What makes you think you can ever get away from the man who placed his soul at my feet in trade for a bag full of rotting meat?
You gave me the idea. You said I was still becoming and had a choice.
It was a mistake, but not a disastrous one. I've been making things easy for you. I've given you something to resist, haven't I? A convenient scapegoat for these recent transports of self-indulgence. Well, no more, Langdon. The next time you have a transformation, it'll be entirely your doing. Do bear that in mind. You will not have another one unless you bring it on yourself.
It won't be any better tomorrow. You really want to go through with it?
Yes.
Let Earl and me go ahead. You can meet us later.
No. I'm staying with you.
Give me a few moments.
Konti tahimik lang.
Tahimik lang. May sasabihin ako sa inyo. Tahimik kayo!
Diyan sa amin.
Tahimik dyan. Ngayon, makinig kayong lahat. Pinapayagan namin makauwi ang taong yan sapagkat wala kaming may harap na sakda laban sa kanya. Pinitiyan ko sa inyo, kapag siya ay sinaktan ninyo, ay lalo lamang lalaki ang gulo. At yan ay hindi ko mapapayagan. Bigyan ng daan. Get a doctor, quick.
No, I'm not hurt. I'm okay.
Rogers, I'll call you.
Where are we going?
You're not going back to the house.
Why not?
Oh, Philip, it wouldn't be safe. You saw those people back there. They've already convicted you.
Hiding isn't going to do me any good, Julia.
Well, anything's better than just sitting in that house waiting. Earl found a place in a quiet part of town. We can stay there for a while. We're leaving the country, Philip.
Was this your idea, Earl?
No. I'll go along with whatever you want.
It was my idea. Earl made the arrangements. Tomorrow night we're driving out to Gwar across the bay. There'll be a fishing boat waiting for us. I won't let them take you, Philip. I've waited too long for you.
This just in, another letter, this time an electronic letter from our webmaster, Abacus. You can reach us also at Mr. Lobo at CinemaInsomnia.com. Paul writes in, Dear Mr. Lobo, I usually enjoy your show, but I object to your gross oversight during your mail sag segment on the show. I would think a fan of the SCTV comedy series would remember the brilliant and sexy Robin Duke, who was also in Maniac Mansion, Groundhog Day, Stewart Saves His Family, Multiplicity, and on and on and on and on. Robin Duke. Really? Ew. I mean, do you know how long it took Mr. Lobo to forget about Robin Duke? Gross oversight indeed. Cinema Insomnia will be right back. You're supposed to screen these.
Pictures presents
I may be having a problem.
Bill Murray.
I'm reliving the same day over and over.
In a story about a weatherman who's living life like there's no tomorrow.
Don't drive angry.
Because there isn't.
I am an immortal. I have been stabbed, shot, frozen, electrocuted.
You're God.
I'm a god. I'm not the god.
Groundhog Day, rated PG, at theaters Friday.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the mansion, something strange happens. The result of a Polaritron meltdown? Or too much gas?
May that be a lesson to you people at home.
In the world of science,
Here's Freddy.
they miss the boat. Big time. Maniac Mansion, weeknights at 6 on YTV.
If you're just waking up, you're watching Cinema Insomnia. I know if I figure out tonight's movie, Mr. Lobo will get his soul back. But I'm kind of smitten with the new version of Miss Mittens. Part wolfy, part she creature, all spicy hot chihuahua. If I could just lure her back with some sausages or something, it'd be great for ratings. That devil guy seems like a regular Monty Hall. Perhaps I could convince him to alter the deal. Let's see what's behind curtain number 9 of tonight's booby prize. The Beast of the Yellow Night.
What do you make of it?
Oh, probably the smart thing to do would be to forget it altogether. By the way, we decided not to book the man who owns that. He won't leave. Who was Joseph Langdon?
A U.S. Army deserter, convicted of collaborating with the Japanese while a prisoner of war in World War II. Also of torturing and informing on his comrades in arms. He escaped from the American stockade here and joined some native wartime contacts in the mountains. But he was too much even for them. Murder, pillage, rape, very often for no comprehensible reason. Finally, he was alone. We tracked him down and killed him. Or so we thought.
His body wasn't recovered.
No. He was hit at least a half-dozen times and fell off a high cliff into a river. We had divers looking for his body for almost a week, but they found nothing.
I wonder what he was like.
Educated, soft-spoken. It was very hard to dislike him if you knew nothing about him. But there was a hard, cold hatred inside him, which no one could account for. Or bother to. After our meeting with the military attaché the other day, I went to see a friend at Army Intelligence. He dug this up for me. Inspector De Santos here. Yes, Mr. Rogers. We've been waiting to hear from you. Are they still in the house?
I left them less than an hour ago. Inspector, I hope you understand my position.
Your brother and Mrs. Rogers will not know of our presence here, unless some imminent danger to either or both of them arises.
I'm rather concerned about Mrs. Rogers.
So are we. Ta-ra.
You should be asleep. You won't be much help if you don't get some rest.
Will you stay with me, Philip? Will you promise not to leave me?
You shouldn't have waited for me. There was nothing left to wait for.
I did think that. Then you came back and changed everything.
There's no such thing as a dead end. You can always get out. The way you came.
You didn't. You came back to me, and you kept coming back.
To use you.
That's just another way of saying that you need me. That's all I want, Philip. That you need me as much as I need you. Tell me you love me, Philip. Philip. Philip.
Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back. Hello. Yes, Animal Control. Have you picked up any new strays? Uh-huh. How about any hot strays?
Take it from Wolfman Jack, the critics and I agree. This is the most outrageous horror film that you'll ever see, because David is having the most frightening nightmares of his life.
I think I did some terrible things last night, things I can't remember.
It may have been someone he ate. From the director of Animal House, a different kind of animal. An American Werewolf in London, rated R.
Now playing in a selected theater near you. Check your local newspaper for listings.
What?
A hideous journey into the dark world where nightmares are born. Now, visit one of the most mysterious corners of the world.
Aren't you growing up a little fast, little boy?
You tell me.
Carla, the sensual one. No mortal man could satisfy her inner cravings. She searched for her unnatural pleasures by night, when it was on the prowl.
If you're just waking up, you're watching Cinema Insomnia.
Miss Mittens! Marco! Wolfenmittens! Come and get your treat. Come on. Got your favorite toy. Come on. Would you? Come on, would you, boo-boo. Time for Din Din. Come and get it. Come on, catch the scent. Abacus. Abacus, where's Miss Mittens?
Working. Miss Mittens is where she's been all night, throwing up hairballs in the bathroom.
What? Did she get drunk at the salon and eat all the floor sweepings again?
Working. Affirmative. This happens every time you get your hair cut.
Then who or what was that exquisite creature from Reel 7?
Working. Unknown. Repeat. Unknown.
All right, we need to forget all about this. All right, let's just watch the movie and try to figure out the next reel of the Beast of the Yellow Night.
No! No! No!
Hold your fire! Take 2 men outside and follow him. Keep your distance. Don't try to take him. But find out where he goes and report to me. Yes, sir.
Julia?
You did not tell me that you had a visitor around here some nights ago.
It was nobody of any importance.
It was the American killer. The police let him go today for lack of evidence. But you know he was here that night, don't you?
It was of no importance.
No? Ruben and his cousin saw him leaving with dried blood all over his clothes. He's a rich man. How much did he give you to keep quiet?
He gave me nothing. He was tired and needed a place to sleep.
You old liar. I took you in when no one would have you. I let you stay. Gave you whatever food and money I could spare. Me, with a sick wife and 4 children to worry about.
He gave me nothing.
It wouldn't help you to be stubborn, old man. Who is it? Who's out there? Speak up!
He won't hurt you.
Get away from there!
He needs me. Please, Mateo, let him in. No, leave him alone. He means no harm. He's just afraid, like you. He won't give you away. I promise you. I promise you.
Mrs. Rogers, it's imperative that we know as much about your husband as you can tell us. It's imperative that we know what happened last night. Did he say anything that might help us locate him?
I'm sorry, Inspector. I can't permit you to continue.
You'll let us know as soon as her condition improves?
Yes, but I cannot tell you when that will be. I'll come by and see her again before I leave. I'd get some rest if I were you, Mr. Rogers.
I'm okay. Julia?
Is he dead?
No. He's breathing easily, but he's badly hurt.
You better get a doctor.
Yes, I was just waiting for you to change.
You know.
What will you do?
I don't know. I'm tired of running, but it's all I can do. They can't kill me.
What is your name?
Joseph Langdon. My name is Joseph Langdon.
You have a name and a face. You speak, you think, and there is an awful pain inside you. Whatever else you might be, you are still a man. There is a clinic nearby. I'll bring a doctor here. Stay out of sight when I come back with him.
What for?
I will help you find a place to hide for a while, until you know what you must do.
It's no good. Somebody tried to help me once. I destroyed her.
You cannot harm me. You see, I want nothing from you.
What do you think, Abacus? I mean, yellow night, is that like a yellow streak up someone's backside because they're scared? Or maybe it's like a reference to pee-pee pants?
Working. You do not understand. This is the 5th film in the Filipino Blood Island film franchise.
Holy Friday the 13th! 5th? In a franchise? Of course it doesn't make sense.
Working. All 5 films take place on Blood Island. Number 1. Terror is a man, the creature of Blood Island. A mad scientist creates a half-man beast that ends up killing him.
Spoilers.
Number 2. Brides of Blood. The natives of the island are sacrificing women to a creature.
Spoilers.
Number 3. Mad Doctor of Blood Island. A scientist attempts to cure cancer, but instead turns the natives into monsters.
Spoilers.
Number 4. Beast of Blood. The boat carrying survivors of the last film sinks and they are stranded back on Blood Island. The disfigured scientist continues his experiments, creating green men and grafting a man's head onto a robot.
Hold that thought, Abacus. Cinema Insomnia. We'll be right back.
must have your starship.
You look like you've just seen a ghost.
A forgotten past. Spock, it would appear that you've been given a second chance to join me. What do you say?
Spock, my only concern is getting the ship back. You're either with me or you're not.
A test of loyalty.
Shoot him! I ordered you to defend your ship.
You ordered me to kill my brother. Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Rated PG. Starts Friday, June 9th at theaters everywhere.
The mindless, murderous fury that was buried with Jason has been reborn. Friday the 13th, Part 5. A New Beginning. Rated R.
Starts Friday at the Lyons Avenue and East Sprague Cinemas.
Six. Dean Slithers. This is Mr. Lobo. TV's Mr. Lobo of Cinema Insomnia. You have my soul. Yes, that Mr. Lobo. Look, I think I'm ready to finish our little game. I think I can satisfactorily explain to you this movie, The Beast of Yellow Night, and win my soul back. All right, you ready? Okay, you see, he's cursed, all right? He made a deal with the devil, and he's sort of unstuck in time in sort of a quantum leap type deal, only more evil, all right? And then the devil is sort of his Dean Stockwell, except, well, your name's Dean also, but you're the, well, your name's not Dean. Okay, well, you're the dean of a school, so it all ties in. Right. And then in present day, he gets plastic surgery to look the way he looked in the 40s. But that angers the devil and then makes the curse worse, and then he changes into a monster. But maybe not really a werewolf, but more like a Hulk. Right, right. But not feeding on anger, but feeding on fear. And not green. More like Grey Hulk.
Say what?
It's the 5th film in the series.
Oh, it makes sense to me now. I'm coming over with your soul.
Really? Really, you are? All right, see you in a jiff. You see? You see, Miss Mittens? Good things do happen to bad people. As you all will see in the conclusion of the 5th film in the Blood Island trilogy, The Beast of Yellow Night. Presented in Drive-In-O-Vision.
Describe this place to me, quickly.
There's a hill to the right of us, tall grass to the left. The road turns left on the side of the hill.
Walk into the grass now.
You can't come with me.
You will never find a way out of here. I will be your eyes. Do what I tell you, now.
Oh!
He's firing! Lando! There's no way out of there! Come out and give yourselves up! Come out or be burned out!
They're not going to give themselves up. If we wait any longer, we'll lose them.
No, we're going back.
Don't shoot!
No!
Please, take me to him.
No.
Langdon. Langdon. Pray for me, Langdon. Pray for me.
Cowardly, sniveling fools. I accept forgiveness of no one. No one. I alone am answerable for what I am. I will not serve. But I also am, and will not be overcome.
Well? That was terrible. I liked it better when it seemed to make no sense whatsoever. I'm leaving and keeping your soul.
But I thought I did good. I mean, shouldn't I get it back? Mr. Lobo won it, fair and square.
I'm the devil. I don't care about good, fair, or square. I do what I want. See ya.
Damned if I do, and damned if I don't. What use would you and I have for souls anyway, Miss Mittens? We're in showbiz. Thanks for watching Cinema Insomnia. Oh, no! Miss Mittens, it's not what it looks like! Owie! Not the face! Okay, a little lower. How much is this costing me?
Thank you.